spotted. They can't even consent to doing this.
So you know who the third one is that's keeping cable in business?
Pharma.
Pharma. Do you know what percentage of every dollar?
Imagine that. And they were trying to tell people that if you tell your kids what they can and can't be, as in like the identity, they're trying to say that then the parent is the one being dangerous. The kids are in danger of the parents because the parents not letting the kids choose what they want to be. That is so like backwards. So backwards. That's more.
On sponsorship and ads cable TV gets from pharma, what percentage is from pharma? Percentage. For every dollar, percentage. So think about movie commercials, car commercials, clothing commercials, all these different companies that do commercials, so many industries
Something
that do
ridiculous like 70%.
It's 75%. You're right. 75%. So check this out. Watch how crazy this is. Okay.
How is that even legal to do that?
Can you, while I'm doing this, just on your phone, Google what percentage of pharma cable advertisement? It's going to come up saying 75%. Now watch this. 75%, right? Stay with me here. So now we have to answer the question, is it moral to advertise getting more people taking drugs? Okay, what's wrong with that? It's their choice. They got to do it, no problem. So then why is it out of nearly 200 countries in the world, only 2 of them allow pharmaceutical companies to advertise on TV, and the other 198 don't? Who are the 2 countries? U.S. and New Zealand. Why? Wait. I don't know. You mean to tell me Germany doesn't allow? Nope. You mean to tell me China or Japan? No. Not even Venezuela? No.
Damn, that's
Canada?
crazy.
No. Only 2 countries. Yes. Why? I don't get it. Because they allow it. 75%.
In the late 60s, early 70s, and it just kept going and going. We have over 10,000 different chemicals in our food supply now, and
hey, you don't need much to live on Earth, but over 10,000 chemicals in our foods. Wow. And it always wraps around for me because it's like, okay, if you got all these chemicals in the food, you got there's so many people on Earth, but you can make a bunch of money if these chemicals are causing cancers or diseases, because you got the doctors, and of course the doctors are like, well, here, take these drugs, this, that, and that. I just hate how it's a big money thing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of let's make the people healthier again. You know what I'm saying? Let's make people healthy. Now let's get this money and build wealth from what doctor shit, and then a lot of it be scam, bro. Like they charge so much. It's just, I believe there can be a better way.
in Europe, they only have 400. That's why when you go to Europe and you eat food over there, it tastes so good. And
What? In Europe, it's only 400 chemicals. In the U.S., we got over 10,000.
it tastes
Crazy.
so different. And people come over here to eat our food and they don't want to eat it because it's so bad. It's just, it doesn't taste like real food. But they've been altering the food for many, many, many years. I mean, when the FDA was first formed, the first guy that ran the FDA was a
Text my girl right now. We moving to Europe.
good guy, and he was there to protect us. But then special interests kind of infiltrated, and the Rockefellers, they were funding the medical schools, and they had the petroleum products, which are the drugs, and they all got in bed together. And if you can put enough chemicals in, you make people sick. Then you go into Western medicine, you write prescriptions for them. Those are drugs, and it's on a hamster wheel. They have us all on a hamster wheel.
Wow. How come these chemicals were allowed to be in our food for so long, and even like at all?
Well, again, when you have special interests that go in and their bottom line is the most important over people's health, that's what we've been dealing with.
Come on now.
To enhance the food's flavor, to make it prettier colors, so kids is buy me that candy, and it's all chemicals, and it alters our whole system, and so it's caused nothing but messes. And what do we see now? We used to see diseases that were in like 60 and 70 years old people. Now we're seeing it 30, 40 years old. People are having heart attacks at 20 and 30 years of age. People can't sleep. They have no energy. Everybody's overweight. 70% of Americans are obese, and that includes children.
Hey, 70% of Americans are obese. That's fucking wild, bro. Like, we unhealthy if you think about it. We some unhealthy fucks. Damn. We gotta get better. Damn, 70% of America obese. Wow. Wow. And of course, like, without me having any education about it, of course, the chemicals in our food, of course, be causing diseases and cancers and all type of stuff. Shoot, I just made me some salmon. You know, I mean, and you think it's safe too. Like, what they don't want is people in America to not think that this food is safe no more. I mean, people still wake up, right? What we say? We gotta eat. We gotta eat, right? But that's wild, bro. Like, we eat into. I know folks that give their kids McDonald's every day. Oh, I've seen it. Your kid grew up eating like all they ate is McDonald's. That ain't healthy. It's money. The America is going into bankruptcy. So I don't know how Kamala Harris or Joe Biden was going to get it done. I don't want to say like, oh, it's a plan to kill off a bunch of people. But you know, we gotta do something about the food, man. This is our body, our temple. We put this stuff in our body. We put food in our body every day. If the food we're putting in our body isn't good for us, we're killing ourselves every day. What the heck?
Children are getting cancers at 2 and 3 years of age. You go back in the 50s and 60s, this wasn't happening. This was not happening. It took generation upon generation. You know, you're making new kids and everything, but they're from your body that's eating all this crap, that's eating all these chemicals. So the whole thing is we've got to get back to eating real food. I have a little farm and I grew 50 different vegetables and was out there, you know, hoeing and everything myself and growing these vegetables. So
I'm all for. Let me tell you, this is my mindset, my thought. Let me make sure I'm still recording too, because this is one of my first videos. She was talking about growing. See, if I like, it makes sense if we get AI, right? Say we get robots. I'm telling my robots, hey, look, go ahead and plant all the seeds outside in the backyard. Make sure you water them every day. Take care of the plants. Like, that's how I would use AI. You know what I'm saying? Or any type of, you know, any way that it can enhance my living. I don't want to use AI to take over my life, or I don't want to use AI to do stuff necessarily for me that I can do on my own. And don't get me wrong, I can go out there and hoe and dig with the AI too. You know what I'm saying? I don't just have to tell them. I do not promote laziness and just letting, like, we're men and women. We are supposed to work. We're here on this earth to work and serve each other. So if I'm out there sweating my butt off making a garden and my neighbor needs some plants and some foods, like, I'll give it to him. You know what I'm saying? It's not even about a money thing. It's just what we're here to do.
I know what I'm eating, you know, and they're organic. And that's what we've all got to take the responsibility, because we got lazy. We put our trust.
What was I just say? What did I just say? Hey, this is how I'm going to blow up on YouTube, because I really want to be a YouTuber. You see what I'm saying? Like, I respect the YouTubers that, like, they come on here and it's not just for the fame and glory. Like, we actually want to have a good influence. You know what I'm saying? We're not perfect. We may mess up, but I want to have good influence, and you know, if I say something wrong, I'm gonna apologize. If I make a mistake, I'll let you know, and if I have to apologize, I will. But man, I was just saying that, bro. Like, I don't want us to be lazy. Like, humans shouldn't be, like, we're not supposed to be lazy. Like, hey, yo, it took me all morning to sit here and make this video. I was lazy for the whole morning. I was sitting here and contemplating, like, I want to do it. Man, just sit here and do the video. That's it.
In the FDA, we put our trust in these government agencies, and we thought that whatever we went to buy was good because it was on a shelf in a grocery store, or it was, you know, in a drive-through. We were being sold it, so everybody assumed, oh, it's probably good. But no, you know, back in 1958, the FDA put together something called GRAS, generally recognized as safe. Now, when it first came out, that was good because they were like, well, we generally recognize as safe, like milk and butter and eggs and real food, right? And meat. But here's the problem. That went on for a while, but then these big corporations that make the food, that grow the food, make the food, they started seeing that, oh, well, we could just say, these are recognized as safe, because it was taking them 7 or 8 years to prove what they wanted to put in there was safe. So they just kind of let them slide. And then they started putting in all these chemicals, and we just, it just infiltrated it. And we've all just been assuming it's all good, and it's not. I mean,
I'm just letting y'all know it's good and evil out here. And it's all based on the decisions we make. If these people are over the food production and they don't care, it's an act of evilness to me. Like, just like what this lady is saying, like, if this, whatever what they call a shot, right? Whatever shot they put in us, and if they're putting that in the food and we eat that, I mean, it's pretty much like we are pretty much injecting ourselves. It's probably worse because it's actually going through our intestines in our body. Like, of course, that's gonna kill us. That's gonna cause something bad to happen.
But when you put cattle into, where they're in a little tiny area, or chickens, and they've only got space to like move around like this, and they don't have sunshine, they're under lights or whatever, they're crowded, you're going to get disease. You're going to get problems. Think about that if you put people in that position. Yeah. So is the answer to inject more chemicals into us? No. The answer is give me some room and, let me make my gut healthy, because that's what they need to pay attention to in these animals. They have sunshine, clean air, clean water, good grass, and they're not around a lot of other animals. They have a good gut, and they have good bacteria in their gut, so their immune system's healthy. Because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but we have 70 to 80% of our immune system is in our gut. So that is our first.
See, here we go again. That's what I'm saying. Like, depending on what we eat, whew, Lord, it's making me think right here. Like, do I really want to go vegetarian? Like, even think about it, you gotta watch this play. I hope the plant-based foods are good. I'm gonna research, but plant-based. I hope plant-based are good. I've been eating fish. We have an administration that's putting a stop to a lot of fuck shit. Excuse my French, but think about this. I'm 27. For the last, let's just say 20 years, I have not ever heard of this type of conversation. Ever. I've never heard of this type of conversation happening in the world and making us, the people, think about this. Never heard this type of conversation happen. So this is big, bro. Cause I'm 27. I'm going to have a generation of kids too. I want my kids to be healthy. I want your kids to be healthy. I want you to be healthy. I'm not fat. I'm not wide body. I'm not obese. And it's a confusion to make you think that it's okay to be like that. Cause even she just said most of your immune system. So if you're obese, but your immunity part gone.